Good morning, it's me. I'm back. Hello, happy Tuesday. I'm coming to you early because, well, I thought I was going to pick up Liz tomorrow morning, but she might be driving by herself today. So pray for one of us. Yeah, I think she's driving home today. So we will see how that goes. I'm still kind of on call because I told her if you change your mind, let me know and I will still come down. So I'm really excited to see her. We got to see her a couple days in the summer, but she stayed at school. She has a cat. She has, and I can't do cats. I'm very allergic to cats. 5 or 10 minutes in her house when she first got them, and I was needing Kleenexes already. So, yeah, so she can't leave her cat for long, and she can't bring her cat here. And anyway, but I'm really excited to see her. So excited. So I'm here a day early just in case I still have to go, and because I already had announced it that I was going to be here. So anyway, I'm here. So I'm planning to talk to you. I'm going to gab a little bit, letting people come on. I am planning to talk to you and show you some things with the envelope punch board. So I haven't used it in a while, and then I was looking for a project for my Christmas stamp camp, and I used it for that, and I just loved it. And so I know I've shown it at the Christmas stamp camp and at other a few clubs recently, but I just like it so much. So plus some of you who got to do it got a little bit confused. So having a video will help you. So it will help everybody. Plus I'm showing a different design, different colors and that kind of thing. Sorry, my mouth is already dry. So, so before I get going also, Stampin' Up! Just announced this morning their online extravaganza and what they're planning for Black Friday and all the rest of the days. So they're doing a sale. I'm going to call it free shipping, but it's not free shipping. But it's what it will seem like. For the online extravaganza starts on for this Friday, and it goes for 6 days, so that probably means through next Thursday. Sorry, I don't remember the actual dates, but I'll put it on my blog later. But they're doing 10% off. They're doing three separate 10% off of a group of products in the full catalog. So like just for an example, and I'm totally guessing, I read it but I didn't comprehend it yet this morning, but they're doing 10% off. Good morning, Dina, thanks for watching, I'm glad you're here. They're going to be doing 10% off, like I'll say cardstock and ink, and then 2 days after 48 hours they will do 10% off like designer paper and markers, or I don't really know what they're doing. So I don't have the list in front of me. I'm glad to see you. I don't have the list in front of me, but I will put it on my blog later and post the link to my page as well. Sorry, something's up in my way. So I'll have details for you later, but anyway, so gonna be 10% off almost the whole catalog, they said. So it'll just be in different sections. So I'm excited about that. Okay. So I think that's the only thing about that. I'll explain that more later. So I don't think I even introduced myself yet this morning. So for those of you who may be watching that don't know me, I'm Stephanie Flath. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been demonstrating almost 17 years, and I love my job. you can find me anytime at dazzledbystamping.com. You can see my events, you can see like my classes and stuff like that, my clubs. You can order through there and just find links to all kinds of things. You can even join my team, my Dazzling Demos team. I love it. So anyway, I'm going to get started and show you my project. So first of all, I'm going to show you the envelope punch board. So here's the envelope punch board. One thing that I always like to tell you when I'm talking about it is, even if you forget what I tell you, like for the normal use of your envelope punch board, or even if you lose the instructions that come in it, the instructions are right here. So if you forget, you can just look right on your board. So I love that you always have it with you. Okay, so so we have this, and so what you want to keep in mind, there are these three big columns here. There are 66 different measurements that you can make envelopes for, sizes of envelopes. So you start with, yeah, 17 years is amazing. I had no idea, Dina, that I would be doing this long, but I love it. I didn't hear you guys talking, or I would have answered you, sorry. Okay, so 66 different sizes of envelopes that you can make. And what you want to do is you start out with the finished card size that you want. So I'm going to show you really quickly. So I'm going to be showing two things today. First of all, I'm going to show you the basics of how to use the envelope punch board, and then I'm going to show you a gift card holder. Okay, so here's my card. It's just really simple. This is using actually the cards and envelopes, note cards and envelopes that you can get all together. They're just the plain white ones. You can get white and vanilla, and then you also can get the delightfully detailed ones that have some color on the background already. But some designer paper here from Festive Farmhouse, and on the way to car after class. Gotcha. I guess that's why I didn't hear you. Okay, so this is Dashing Deer. I love this. I haven't used it a lot, but I fell in love with this stamp like the first time I actually used it. So this is in Cherry Cobbler, by the way. So this is just a really simple card, and it's 3.5 by 5 inches. So that's the size of my card. Okay, so I'm going to show you. You're not going to be able to see it, but maybe if I go like this, it probably gets kind of blurry. Sorry. Well, I had to try. Okay, so that matters because there are 3 big columns here that show the 66 different sizes, but each big column has 3 columns right in it. Okay, so the first column is the size card that you're starting with. So as I said, this one is 3.5 by 5. So then I looked that up and I marked it here so I wouldn't have to search for it later. Then your second column is the size of cardstock or designer paper that you need. So it always starts out in a square. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're doing a long envelope or a square envelope. You always start with a square piece of designer paper. But so you find the size of your card. You find the size of cardstock or designer paper that you need to start with to make your envelope. And then the third column is the score line that you need to use. So up here from the punch out are score lines. Now, the thing that you need to remember is you only use that score line for your first measurement. And I'll show you that when I get to it in a little bit. But I just realized before I move on, I want to show you more about this actual punch board. Okay, so I told you about all 3 columns, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Here is the punch. This punch up here, you punch notches in your designer paper. Just a second, I'll put it up here. So you put this up here and you punch notches, okay? So when you get a measurement that you need to use, you're gonna line up here, like 0 is somewhere in here, 1 is just beyond the punch, and then you go out as far as it tells you to. It does not, you kind of drive off the page for scoring, for bigger pieces like a 12 by 12, but they do have measurements that are using up to 11.5 by 11.5 designer paper. So anyway, so you use your measurements up here, but you only use this measurement the very first time. So here's the punch, as I was telling you, and on this side, I'll show you when I go to do the envelope, is a corner rounder. So if you don't want pointy corners on the corners of your envelope, then you can use that. Okay, so one more thing that's helpful here is this right here. This is kind of basically what it should look like when you're done. Now this would end up being a square envelope, but in general, you're gonna have you'll see the shape of your card right in the center when you're done, okay? So anyway, here's the punch board. So I'm gonna put you down for, oh, no, before I put you down, I need to show you. Okay, so with every envelope punch board, you get this bone folder or scoring tool. It tucks right in here. I usually always forget to pull it out before I put it down and then have to pull it after I punch, and you know me. And let's see, there's one more thing I wanted to tell you. Oh, okay. So, I'm on the wrong side. Right here. This is a scoring groove right here. So, this allows you, okay, I'm going to get back in. This allows you to, trying to get I get backwards. Okay, so you punch here, and then oops, I'm doing it again. Then you come down in this scoring line right here. Now sometimes it's hard to feel through here, especially if you have cardstock, to feel the groove where you do the scoring. If you have a problem with that, then what I do, I'm going to do it in the front of me so I can actually see it and not get confused. What I do is I start off here and then drive onto my cardstock. If you can't feel it, then you can just drive on that way. You'll see. I'll do it that way when I'm doing this. So anyway, that's kind of the basics of the punch board. So I'm sorry you're going to be watching me upside down because I've never tried doing the punch board upside down, so I don't think that I could do it without doing that. So anyway, I'm going to put you down, and you can ask questions or whatever as you go on, and I will answer later. Of course you know that I'm going to answer later. Oh, before I put you down, I have to tell you, so I told you I'm making 2 projects. The envelope for this card, and then I'm going to be making a gift card holder, and I'm going to be going from one right to the other while I have you down. So the way that you need to win one of these, they're both going to be giveaways, so I'm going to have 2 giveaways this time. You need to like this video and share this video, and then come back and tell me that you shared it. Okay, so those are the 3 things you need to do to be able to win what I'm making. Okay, so I'm going to put you down. Feel free to ask questions or comment or whatever while I'm doing this. But I'll get back to you if I don't see you, because I can't see you while I'm working. One more thing: while I'm working, if the comments are in the way for you to be able to see what I'm doing, you can swipe them to your right, I think, to get them out of the way so you don't see them. Okay, so I told you that I'm starting with my 3.5 by 5 inch card, and so on this board, I'm pointing on the board, you can see, on this board I go over and I need a piece of paper that is 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. So that's what this is. This is from Festive Farmhouse, if I didn't mention. And then my score line is 3 1/8. Okay, so am I in? Yeah, I'm in. Okay, so you can't see it from that far away probably, but so I'm lining up my designer paper with the notch that says 3 1/8 right here, and I'm punching it. Okay, I'm not moving it yet because for each side you need to punch and then you need to score. So I can start up by the tip. Is this in the? Yeah, I can start up by the tip, but if I have a hard time finding where this score is, I can just start right in this track and drive onto it. Now, especially with designer paper, this is a little bit thicker, so I'm going to push a little bit harder. But you don't want to push too hard because you don't want to cut it. We're just scoring it, okay? So now we're going to turn it. And I should have shown this to you, but I forgot. Okay, so here's my notched punch. Can you see it? All right. I forgot to show this while I had it up. Okay, from now on, we're not paying attention to the score lines up here. Now we're paying attention to this score guide right here. Do you see this little, it's a pointer kind of thing. So what I'm going to do from now on, and in designer paper it's kind of hard to find it. Just a sec. Punch, enter. Okay, so from now on, I need to find this score guide. This pointer part points to, and you line up right with the score line that you just made. Okay? That's all that I'm doing for the last 3 sides. I'm not paying attention up here on the markings at all. I'm lining up this pointer with the score line that I made. Okay? So I kind of need to do it by feel because with so much going on with the design, I can't see it. So again, I'm punching and I'm scoring. Okay? Now I have another notch. Can you see it? Turn it again. Line it up again. I'm not paying attention to my score line. I'm paying attention to my pointer, my score guide. Punch and score. And one last time. I about looked at my score line. I don't need my score line. I need my score guide, this pointer. Punch and score. Okay. So now, can I get it far enough so you can see it all? So now, my piece looks very similar to this. It says right in here, final result on your board, okay? Now, to make it pretty and cute, you come in from the other end. Oops. No, this way. You come in from the other end, and you punch. Look, can you see the rounded? See, there's the rounded. There's the pointed. So you just do that to all 4 corners. I like that it takes care of 2 needs that I have for my envelope. Get rid of all these. Okay, now I can use my bone folder to do my creasing on my score line. I'm going to crease all 4 sides. Obviously, you can turn your designer paper whichever way that you like. I'm going to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to tuck my sides in. I should use, okay, I would suggest you use tear and tape, but I forgot where I put it and I forgot that I wanted it. So, I'm going to close up my envelope like this. But I want to be careful where I put my adhesive. So right on this farthest jutted out side will work for these 2 side ones, and I just got adhesive on here. That is not where you want to put it. You don't want to close your envelope stuck. That's no good. Okay, put those down, put that down. I have my cute little envelope. So, and look, it's magic. I'll tuck this right in here. Now, if you need to write on this, you're going to need Sharpie, or you're going to need a label, or you just attach it to something. So here is my project. Isn't that too cute? So you can make these for any size card. It goes all the way down to like gift card size, and the biggest card size that's on here, you need the 11.5 by 11.5, is a 6 by 8.5 inch card. So that's like the, you know, the big kind of like manila envelopes that I use them for workshop, holding orders and stuff. Anyway, so there's that one. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a gift card holder. So first of all, I'm going to show you a sample of one. I'm going to use the same colors, or show you the one with the same colors. I'll show you more at the end. So look at this cute little gift card holder. I love it so much. Okay, so for this, you're going to need your envelope punch board and your paper trimmer. And I'm going to show you, in case you don't have the basics down of using a paper trimmer, I'm just going to show you it. So I'm starting with my cardstock. I have just a regular piece of cardstock, and I need a piece of it for the base of my gift card holder. I need it to be, oh, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do it weird, because I'm going to show you how you can get 5 of them out of one piece of cardstock. So if you cut, so I need another 3.5 by 5 inch piece of paper. My card was 3.5 by 5, but this cardstock, I need it to be the same. So if I have an extra blade in here, sorry, don't let it confuse you. There's, the dark one is the cutting blade, and the gray, the lighter one, is the scoring blade. So I need 3.5 by 5, and if I cut it the long way at 5, this allows me to get 5 cards out of here, because I can get 2 more, because what's left behind is 3.5, and then you can cut this, well, it would be more than in half, but cut it at 5 and cut it at 5, so you get 2 out of here, and then cut this one at 3.5. I'm just lining up with my trimmer lines here, and I got 3.5. And then I need to score it at 2 5/8. So I have 2.5, 2 5/8. I wanted a good crease there. Okay, so can you see how the markings are on here? So each half inch is marked well. The 1/4 inch is like 4 tiny little marks. 1/8 of an inch is 2 tiny little marks. So those are the markings that I was using. So 2 5/8 is, you can go to 2.5 and then 2 tiny little marks, or 1 kind of medium. I don't know. Anyway, so that's how I did it. So I have my cardstock. It's 5 inches by 3.5 inches, scored at 2 5/8 in half. Okay. So now, you still want to keep your trimmer nearby, because you still need it. Now, what you're going to do is, this is not going to show up well on the punch board. On the non-scored side, so here's the score, so you don't want to do this long side. On the non-scored side, we're going to punch at 1 inch, just punch, no scoring. We're going to punch at 1 inch. Oh, it moved. I hope it was after I punched it. Punched at 1 inch, and then we're going to slide it over and line it up and punch it at 3.5 inches. Okay? Now, so we got that done. Now what I need to do, this is probably what some of you had a problem with at Christmas Stamp Camp. Now you need to spin it. Don't flip it, spin it. Okay? Then you do punch it again at 1 inch, slide it over, punch it again at 3.5 inches. So these punch spots and the sizing and all that kind of stuff, I will put at the top of my video when I'm done. So now I have this wonky looking thing. It just looks really weird, but it looks the way it's supposed to. So now I need to bring my paper trimmer back in. Okay, so this funny little goofy notch end over here, I want to cut off. And rather than use scissors and have it be like, I wouldn't do it straight probably with scissors, I'm using my paper trimmer. So I'm going to line this up. Now there's a track right here where it cuts. Like, you can put your fingernail down in it and go right in the track. And that is what you need to line up this notch with. You barely want to be able to see that track. Okay? I barely can see it. Not where the edge of the track, or not the edge of this little mat that comes out. This is a mat that you can actually replace, because sometimes it gets gouges in it. So not at the edge of it. Those are tiny little lines. Right in the center where your blade would go. So we're going to line this up, and so you barely can see that. And I'm sliding my cutting blade so that it's right in the middle of it. And then I can push it, so I cut off that little spot. See, I cut that little goofy thing off. Now I'm going to turn it and do the same thing right here. Okay? So I'm going to line this up again. I barely want to see the track. I'm going to line up my cutting blade so it's right in the middle of it and push it off. So now I'm done with my paper trimmer. I'll get this out of the way. Now I can fold this up, and I want my bone folder again. I'm going to crease it well on here. So I have a cute little file folder. I love it. Okay, now I am using more of the Festive Farmhouse designer paper. And so with scoring it at 5.5, or I mean 2 5/8 rather than 2.5, I made it so that one of the tabs is lower than the other one. So that was the point. So the 2 pieces of designer paper that I have here are different sizes as well. They're both 3 1/4 inches wide or long, whatever you want to call it. But then one is, ooh, that was bad. How did I do that? I just pulled my designer paper right off. Good thing that's the back side. Okay, so this is going right on the front here. Whew, I don't think I've ever done that before. All right. So they're both 3 1/4 inches wide. One is 2 inches. Well, I guess they're 3 1/4 inches long. One is 2 inches wide. One is 1 3/4 inches wide. So look at that cute little thing. I love it. You wouldn't have to design the back, but I kind of like having it on there. Okay, so the rest is pretty simple. What I'm going to do, I originally had in mind that I was going to, I even have it cut already. I was going to use some black, solid black baker's twine, but then I saw, it popped out of a box. I saw my glittered black ribbon, organdy, is it organdy ribbon? Glittered organdy ribbon. Yep, this is in the holiday catalog. It's way in the back by the Halloween stuff. But I've been using it for more than Halloween, let me tell you. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, I did my knot again. I probably shouldn't have just done it. I should have told you about it, but it's too late now. I'm not undoing it. So I did right over left, then left over right, and I can't remember which video I had showed that on. I probably should do a video of just ribbon tying. Okay, so I have my knot way over to here because I want to decorate right here. And what I've been using to decorate these is really easy. I've been using my Christmas Traditions punch box. I just love these stamps. So here are the stamps that are in it. Well, I'll show you and then I'll read to you what they say because they're so stained. Okay, so one says peace and joy. The one I'm using today says sending Christmas wishes. There's jingle all the way. There's may your season be merry and bright. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And let heaven and nature sing. This is on the very front page the very front inside page of the holiday catalog. So I am using Sending Christmas Wishes, and I'm using my memento pad because I'm using photopolymer, and in case I don't clean this right away. So I'm going to ink this up with the fabric pads as opposed to the firm foam. You do need to give a little more pressure. It still pounds, but you do give more pressure. And I'm putting my paper piercing mat underneath to make sure that I have good pressure. I always test it when I'm using black with photopolymer because they're the fabric pads. So that was okay. So I'm going to ink this up, stamp it on here, cover this back up, and then part of the punch box obviously has a punch. And if you didn't see this from my video before, I should show you. Cute box, cute tin, I should say. This is like 9 by 9 probably. I made a bunch of cards. I've posted those on my thing before. But you get 2 Stampin' spots in here. You get a block. It's a D block. It's just one of the thinner ones. And a stamp set and the punch that I'm about to use. Alright, so here I always use my punches upside down so I can see exactly where I'm punching. One of the things that I like to do with these little, I'm calling them tags. They're kind of like tags. With these little tags that are from this punch box is I like to use the edging, especially the skinniest edging of the dimensionals for these, because what I want to do is have it straddle this ribbon that I have down. So I'm going to put this right on here. Ooh, this looks kind of fancy. I like it. I hadn't made this one before. I probably would trim this a little bit. Can you see it? Oh, I love it. It's so cool. Doesn't this like make you think of, for some reason it makes me think of Nutcracker or I don't know, sometimes in just a fancy Christmas dinner or something like that. I just like this black in this festive farmhouse. Anyway, so here's my, oh, and I should show you. Let me find, where did I put it? I have a gift card here somewhere. It's empty, but, so I can fit my gift card right in here perfectly. I love it. Okay, I have another quick tip for you if you like giving away these things. If you want to give more than just a gift card, you could make this so that you could put a Ghirardelli chocolate in here. So what I probably would do is score it in half at 2.5, and then do another score line 1/8 of an inch away. So then you have some depth to this bottom, and then you can fit a Ghirardelli chocolate in there. So anyway, so here's my thing. So I'm going to pick this back up and talk to you guys straight on. Thank you, Dina. I'm glad that you liked it. I don't know why it's just you and me today, or at least that's what it seems like. I think that happens every day. I change my date from Wednesday. Okay, so I already showed you my one that I just did. So here is one that we did. I used Festive Farmhouse for most of these. So this is Mossy Meadow and more Festive Farmhouse than one of the other punches, or one of the other stamps, I should say. I already showed you the Holly Jolly Christmas. A couple of these have the Festive Farmhouse cotton twine, and it's gone. It's one of those that got stuck in the inventory problem. So I'm sorry. I still have some, so it might be a giveaway at some point. And then here's one. This is using actually, what's it called? All is Bright designer paper. This is another fancy one that I really like. So this is vanilla, and this is the one I was talking to you guys about last night with the bulbs that I put them upside down like balloons instead. I had to switch it. So anyway, here's another one. And then the polka dot ribbon. You know that I just love that. I don't know how many rolls of that I've gone through. So I've been talking a lot, and I need more water. Excuse me. So I will put all of these measurements and whatever on the top of my video. Excuse me, so you can find it. Remember, I'm having 2 giveaways. Hopefully more people watch this than just you and I today, Dina. Maybe if there's more of you on watching right now and I just can't tell you, you need to say hello, because I don't know you're there. But Dina and I have been having fun, so there you go. So some of the colors that I used, if you couldn't tell, cherry cobbler I told you about, gray granite. Oh, I did tell you about those colors. I used some black cord on this card. Can you see it's really shiny? You have to tie it really tight for it to hold. No wimpy little holds or ties. Let's see what else. I used Dashing Deer, which I told you about. I was going to use solid black baker's twine, but I didn't do that. So anyway, so I think that's it. I showed you everything that I needed to. I hope you have fun. Hopefully you have a punch board, and I helped give you some reminders of how you need to use it, and a new cute little project. I love gift card holders. It's just everybody can use them. So I hope you can use that and figure that out. And they're pretty simple to put together, so you just need some coordinating stuff, and you know that Stampin' Up! Carries coordinating stuff. I love that about them. So that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, if you want one of my giveaways here, the 2 items that I stamped or showed, I didn't stamp the deer one, but you'll get the card, not just the envelope. So you need to like the video, share the video, and then come back and tell me that you shared it. So you need to comment. So I hope you have a wonderful day and have a wonderful Thanksgiving, whether you're celebrating with friends or family or whoever you're with. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and have a great day. Thanks for coming by. Bye.